Hello, and welcome to another episode of TSF Reviews. Today I'm joined by Junaid, and we're going to be taking on Titans Season 3. This season was quite interesting. They introduced a fan favorite character. By the way, we are going to have spoilers in this because, we always do. They introduced a fan favorite, Red Hood, personally, one of my favorite characters in the Bat family. And this season was interesting. What do you say, JD?
It was all over the place, if that's to sum it up, because I think there were like 4 or 5 different storylines in the same season. So
Full disclosure, I came into this review willing to fight with JD because he told me he liked this. He sent me a message just before this that he liked this season. Let's see why he said that to me and if it was sarcastic or not. Go on.
I liked some parts, not the full season, but some parts of it. Yani, there were two things. One is Bruce Wayne, best, and the second was I like how they're moving on with the Dick storyline. I mean, how it's all over the place and they're making him the leaders in some sorts. But one thing I hated, like purely hated, was Scarecrow. Jonathan Crane. No, no. This guy, I mean, as much respect for the guy, but he cannot pull off Jonathan Crane. His body language is not the same as for Crane. Crane is this.
Yeah.
This guy is. So,
I mean, obviously, actors, they had to do what they could. But one thing I disagree with in Crane's casting is his beard. Well, he had the beard, at least he looked like something. And then the moment he shaves it, I'm like, what is that? Why would they even do that? That is such a bad choice. Yeah. It's sad. But yeah, I've had a lot of issues. Go on, JD. What were your issues apart from these two?
I don't like the way I mean, yes, Red Hood was good, but either his acting was so good that I started to hate him as a character, or I don't know. It was like, oh, come on, you just died. Why the hell are you bringing him back? But again, yeah, the Red Hood storyline has to have occurred. Titan isn't complete without Red Hood, so they had to make it.
Yeah. I mean, from the day they introduced Jason Todd, you knew that this guy is going to die. He's going to come back as Red Hood. It's going to be awesome. And, well, that's what we thought. How they introduced... Yeah?
I wanted to see Joker. I don't know why they didn't show him.
Okay,
I really wanted to.
I know why they can't show him, because this is the same problem they had with the CW shows. Back in the day when they couldn't show any of the big people. They couldn't show Batman on screen and Wonder Woman and then Superman. Superman came way later in an NBC show through Supergirl. And then they had that merger and everything, and then Superman came to the main CW universe. But before that, they were so careful, like, no, we can't even mention anything. And I don't know what happened. It's like, okay, so I'm going to be honest. This particular season felt like it was a CW show.
Yes.
Of Titans.
But it's not.
I mean, it's not, but it felt like it. It's like there was a drop after season 2, which was quite heavy. Season 1 was really, really rocky, I'm going to say. Season 2 had very decent, strong moments. And then season 3, I don't know what happened. My biggest gripe is the reveal of Red Hood's identity. They introduced Red Hood as the Red Hood, and then at the end of the episode, they take his mask off and they reveal it's Jason. I mean, we, the audience, we already know it's Jason. At least leave that suspense for the Titans. Leave it for Dick to properly investigate and realize that this is his brother, of sorts. But I don't know, they just revealed it way too quickly. And that did not find well with me. Apart from that, I know that Jason dies and comes back to life, as in the comics and source material and whatnot. everyone was dying this season, and then everyone was just coming back to life. It's like, by haath ka khel. They get shot in the neck. Okay, he lies down there for 1 second. They resurrect him the next. Donna died from the last season. Okay, her resurrection was like, there was a journey.
There was a journey.
Tim Drake, they shot him in one episode, and the next episode he's back to life.
Can I say Tim Drake is, I don't know, not suitable for the role?
This particular rendition, he felt more of a whiny kid rather than Tim Drake. Tim Drake is a detective, complemented by Rachel Gould as Batman's successor. Okay, that is one major thing. In this, he's a kid who's whiny. He's like, yeah, I did some online research, and now I'm an expert in all things Batman. Really? And then he wants to join the team. He has no training. He has no skills apart from computer hacking. I don't even understand why he wanted to be a Robin. I mean, look what happened to the last one. He died. And he had skills. You don't. It's crazy.
Spoiler alert. I don't know if you noticed it, but in the finale,
yeah,
they have the scene with the sword. And if you look closely, you mentioned Ra's al Ghul, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be the villain in season 4, hands down.
Oh, so they're directly copying Arrow now, no? Wasn't he
because
in that as well?
If he's not the villain, that's a poor choice, because they showed the full sword with the the markings on it, and the whole storyline was of the pit was involved just because I read somewhere that they introduced the whole pit storyline just so in season 4 they say that, okay, Bruce says that I've destroyed all the pits, but there is just one left, and that one will be with Ra's al Ghul, and that's how they will still make the storyline. That's according to what I read.
Okay, that's a very plausible. I mean, Rachel Gould could be a good adversary for the Titans. Also, I felt this season was very less Titans, and everyone's just doing their own adventure. We have the Starfire Blackfire storyline that was going one direction. We have Gar trying to be a detective. I mean, I understand CGI is expensive, but this was like
kudos. They finally made him a bat.
Yeah, I mean, that was hilarious, and then Rachel just comes in like at the end, and she's like, "Okay, yeah, I'm doing the work now." And then, I mean, after Hank's death, which, by the way, that was a fantastic death. You felt the weight of that death, and you felt his frustration of dying. And then Dawn just leaves. And then that's it. It just never happens after that. It's like she never comes back, like not even the finale. This was, I'm gonna say, this was a weird season. Very, very over the place, like you said.
Yeah, but at times
it's good, right? At times. What's good about it? Tell me your good moments.
Ian Glenn.
Okay.
The whole Dick Grayson storyline. I mean, he's developing into the leader, as we all know. He will be at some point.
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong, they're messing up the story of what's the girl's name? Rachel, right?
Rachel?
Raven, yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of messing it up, but other than that, it's going good. They wasted Superman.
Yeah.
Wasted Superman.
Yeah, definitely by making him a simp for Blackfire, and then that was like weird. Like, okay, that stuff happens like this all the time, but then why did you make him such a simp that he goes and sabotages? And then she's like, okay, yeah, I understand. Like, I didn't understand the motivations of any of the characters this season.
I could feel Crypto's emotions going through this whole tragedy of doing this stuff.
It's weird. It's really weird. And then the finale with the Lazarus pit, and then they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna make it fall from the sky, and it's gonna be like rain, purple rain." And I'm like, bro, there were other ways to do this. There were other ways to do this. Also, number one thing I have, one gripe I have about Titans, the show, the whole show, 1, 2, 3 seasons, there's no speedster.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that you need a speedster on the team. That's the only way like you could do stuff with a speedster that you can't do if you don't have a speedster. That is one thing that I felt like they should have introduced Wally or Bart or anyone at this point.
Wally should have been there, but somehow
I don't know. This was
huge respect to Savannah Welch, though. Huge respect.
okay.
If you don't know Barbara Gordon,
Yeah, big respect to her. Yeah. She
she
did.
was
She
on
did.
point.
She was
on
not
point.
Oracle. Okay, one thing I disagreed with was she was supposed to be Oracle. She's supposed to be the hacking expert, not this machine in her basement. Apart from that, I felt that she was a good fit. It worked. She's a little too young to be commissioner. I would have expected her as Captain Gordon, little less in rank. Because look at Dick. How old is he? He's not that old. Why is Barbara so old? Yeah, this something, minor details that, even if they didn't fix it, it would have been fine. But then like the bigger things where everyone's off doing their own thing, I don't know. Do you say that this script has been infected by the pandemic? Would you say that? I don't think so. I think that this was just meant to be this way. They just didn't. I feel sometimes I felt like in the show that they were trying to wrap it up. They want to get finished so that they don't have to do this anymore. It's like you felt like
2 episodes longer, it would have been like on point, but the last seasons were just all over the place.
Yeah, this didn't vibe with me well. Would you like to add anything else? Any remarks more?
I think that's it.
Let's go with your score.
I'll score this 7 because Scarecrow was the main story plot, and it was I didn't like him at all. He didn't feel like Scarecrow to me.
I understand what you mean.
So plus just all over the place, wasting Superboy, and he could have done a lot more if they added just three episodes, minimum of 3 episodes, or maybe 2 episodes to finish the whole finale. But yeah, I'll give it a 7.
Okay, so here's me trying to be harsh. I want to give it a 5.5. Just because everything was all over the place. And then there's like stuff that was like didn't make sense at all. Like, okay, remember the part when Dick Grayson comes back to life? He already knows that Donna is alive. How does he know that? Also, why is his journey, everyone else had a train journey when they died. Why is his journey a walk in the park, in the forest? Like, what is this inequality? Everyone is on the train, okay? And then there's this whole train storyline, which doesn't make sense.
Also, one more point. Adding to that.
Yeah.
Everyone who comes back from the pit is not the same. He has darkness inside of him. Dick didn't. Dick was exactly the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, that.
This was too messy a season.
I'll change my rating. I'll give it a 6.5.
Okay,
I'll give it a 6.5. I'll change my rating.
Okay.
Average of 6.
This brings it to an average of 6, I believe, right? 5.5 and 6.5. That's an average of 6. I don't know if I want to watch the next season of this. I mean, last season was pretty strong. You had Slade, you had everything. Like, I mean, of course, there were flaws, but then that was a solid season. This one did not feel the same. So, yeah, that's it from us. That's a 6 out of 10. Watch it at your own risk. Thank you all for watching our review of Titans Season 3. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you next time. This is us signing out. Bye.